Well, as many of you know, we are neck deep in the magical arc of Young Justice Phantoms. This is the third character arc in this season, and although the other two have run 4 episodes each, we just found out this particular arc is going to be longer. Let's take a couple minutes to talk about the 13th episode of the season, which will be the final before the break. Now, before we dive in though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. Also, the huge giveaway. We got a PlayStation 5 to give away at 25,000 subscribers. All you need to do to get in on our giveaway is be a subscriber and leave us a comment. Also, while you're at it, make sure you check out that free Week of Skillshare down below. It's a spectacular way to develop all of your superhero skills for that never-ending war on crime, all while not diving too deep into your pockets. Plus, it really does help the channel, so we really appreciate it. Well, we've been covering Young Justice pretty closely here, and after the first magical episode, Odd New, we are all on the countdown to this week's episode, No midseason, aka Demon Rise. Now, we actually found out the titles for 9, 10, 11, and 12 a few weeks ago, and all went in on the assumption that this was going to be another 4-episode arc. But it turns out that's not true. Now, we do know episode 11 is called Tag Yadir, and episode 12 is Al Kataf Dana Rekunk, or Get Ready and Go Forth and Conquer. But it turns out the 13th episode will also be part of the Zatanna and the Sentinels of Magic storyline. Now, the upcoming episode is called Karib Yim Thrash, or Break My Heart. Now, I'm not too sure where this episode is going, but in Young Justice fashion, I feel like I need to go ahead and buy a box of tissues. If I'm making a guess, I have a pretty good idea though. We've already been teased with Khalid Nassour being part of the show. And as we talked about in the video we did about Zatanna's new students, there is a link down below. He is closely tied to Dr. Fate in the comics. I mean, he's more than tied to Dr. Fate in the comics. He is. Now, wherever this storyline is going, I know Dr. Fate is going to be part of it at some point, and I do think we're going to see a changing of the guard, but it's going to be painful. If I'm making a guess, I think ultimately, whatever this battle turns out to be, Zatanna, who is inside the helmet of Fate now, will ultimately sacrifice himself to save his daughter and the rest of Earth 16. Now, I obviously have no proof of this as of right now, it's just a theory. But based on the titles and what we saw in that very first episode, all these pieces seem to be falling into place. I suspect we'll have a couple more clues after we see episode 10. Now, I do like this, by the way. Episode 13 will mark the last episode before we take a bit of a break and the show goes on hiatus until March. I really would have preferred to not have one chapter in the next story arc only to take a 3-month break. Concluding a story like this at the midpoint makes a lot of sense. Now, obviously, once we get some more information on any of these upcoming episodes, or even the names of the episodes for the second half of the season, we're going to bring it to you right away. But I gotta know what you guys think. How do you feel about the Zatanna magical story arc being expanded to 5 episodes instead of 4? And with the 13th episode being named Break My Heart, do you think this spells disaster for another member of the Young Justice family? Sound off in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you press like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you're not going to get any updates. Peace.